Hey guys, Billy Gamer here and welcome to today's video. I'm here with Mr. Steve Swan and we are doing our top 5 favourite wrestlers of all time.
All the time.
All the time. So yeah, let's get to it.
So we're going to go...
Let's just shoot the
one
breeze.
each.
You go, I go, you go, I go.
Okay.
We'll do it like that, yeah?
Okay. Are we doing any particular order or just our top 5?
Whatever you want, mate, whatever you want. See, we're
Okay.
quite, this channel's relaxed on YouTube, so we do whatever the fuck we want.
Sweet. No rules. I like it.
No rules.
I've got to go first of all. I've got to go with the GOAT, Y2J, in honour of his upcoming super match with Kenny Omega, Chris Jericho.
I can't wait for that. That is going to be amazing.
That is going to be awesome.
He's just a good talker. He can do anything.
I go with him first because I've been going through old episodes of Raw on the network. On my days off, I literally just sit and binge watch Raw. And
That's another cheap plug. Network.
$9.99 per month. Cheapest chips. You can't beat that.
You can't.
Triple H Vince. I did that in the last video. I'm going to do it anytime I'm in front of a camera now. It's fine. Just make it rain for me.
Make it rain.
Yeah. So I got through to Jericho's debut, 99. When,
against The Rock, where he interrupted The Rock.
So The Rock's in the ring, kind of one of his promos. The Rock, the epic promo guy that he is.
Yep.
And the Millennium Clock comes up on the Titantron. It's the countdowns are like 25 seconds, and then you get to the end, the big explosion, it all goes dark, and then the Jericho across the Titantron, and the crowd.
The pop he got. It was amazing.
At the time, WCW wasn't. Well, it was on the downturn. And Jericho wasn't a main event guy in WCW because Bischoff didn't believe in pushing the smaller guys.
And he should have been.
It was all about Hogan and the NWO. But just the pop when the Jericho name came up, the crowd went ape shit, and it was brilliant. And then you had the back and forth, joining in with The Rock to start with was great. And there's a part of the promo, and The Rock's kind of promo on Jericho. Jericho had the silly little thing in his hair, and he's like, "You impressed The Rock. You impressed The Rock. Down south, facing some guy named Juventud," and Jericho's just going and. So that's. In honour of the fact I've recently relived my childhood and saw that, I'll put Chris Jericho in my top 5.
Okay, cool. This is going to be an obvious one. CM Punk. One of my favourite wrestlers of all time. I've got the Pepsi logo tattooed on me. It's just kind of like... He was like the modern Stone Cold Steve Austin.
He was, because obviously that dream match was brought up so many times. That's another video, dream matches you've got to do at some point.
Yeah, I've done one with Manny.
The Stone Cold Punk possibility, because they were... CM Punk in the 2000s was the Stone Cold in the 90s.
Yeah, definitely. And just, I mean, kind of like... He was just whatever he did. He could be... kind of like Jericho. He's a good talker. He could do face, heel...
He was one of those... There's not many... There's probably a handful that can actually be a really convincing heel and literally make you want to punch him in the face sometimes, but then in a flick can go back and they can be the face that you have to cheer for.
And you love him, And it's just amazing. Some of his kind of, some of his promos and stuff. Obviously, the infamous pipe bomb.
See, I quite enjoyed Straight Edge Society. So everyone, you would always associate CM Punk now in WWE with the pipe bomb and the 434-day reign.
Yeah.
But some of the lesser stuff as well. I enjoyed the Straight Edge Society with Mercury, Gallows, and whatever the woman whose show was.
Selena.
They were all pledging allegiance to Punk. You had the bit where Big Show shaved his head and he was wearing, was it Mysterio? That's Mysterio.
Yeah, because he had a hair versus hair match.
Yeah.
Didn't he? And then he wore
the dodgy mask with the straight edge symbol on the front of it.
Yeah.
And I was thinking of Big Show, so Big Show unmasked him.
Yeah, that's right.
And Big Show was bald at the time as well, and he did that cheesy pose next to CM Punk with the bald head. It was quite funny.
That was good. But even like the stuff with the Nexus.
Yeah, the new Nexus.
When he obviously he kicked Wade Barrett out the group kind of thing.
Yeah.
And obviously when he was injured at the time, because before he joined the Nexus with because he was out with his elbow, wasn't he? But he was on commentary.
Yeah.
And he just done that's the thing. Even on commentary, he could do everything. But CM Punk, and obviously in ring ability, he's second to none. He's a technician. He could go. But yeah,
I got to go. He's going to always be in my top 5. Jeff Hardy.
Mm.
So I was a massive fan of the Hardy Boys from their first. Well, they debuted years ago. Like I think Jeff was 16 or something, and they used to be like the enhancement guys who just got beat up by the main roster guys.
Jobbers, weren't they? Yeah.
But when they got their first big push, and that was around the time that I'd really got into wrestling again. I was watching it every week. I was too young, so I wasn't allowed to stay up and watch Raw. So Raw was on 10 o'clock on a Friday night on Sky Sports. Because it wasn't a school night, I was allowed to stay up 10 till 11 and watch the first hour. And then I had to go to bed, and my mum would tape the last hour, because that was before all Sky Plus and technology. We had to tape it on a VHS. And I could get up Saturday morning, and then I could watch the last hour of Raw.
Yeah. Because didn't they put Terry Reynolds as their manager at one point as well when they first...
So that's, that's sort of following on the timeline of where I'm at on the network at the moment. And you had the Hardy Boys versus Edge and Christian in the Terry Invitational Tournament.
That's the one. Because when it...
There's $100,000 and Terry's management services in a ladder match.
Yeah, when No Mercy. That's it. Yeah, fucking hell. Wow.
I forgot about that one when I was talking about the TLC. No, the triangle ladder match. So they had done a tag ladder match before. That's my bad.
Yeah.
I liked all the stuff they did with the Hardy Boys, and then when he got his singles push.
Yeah, he had a good couple of matches with when he won. Like, so like I kind of when he first won the IC title off of Triple H.
Maybe Triple H on SmackDown.
Yeah, because that was when Triple H was with Stone Cold
2-man power trip, and there was some kind of interference shenanigans.
Yeah.
And Jeff Hardy ended up coming out with the belt. I think he only had it for like a week, and then Triple H
got it back because then they had all titles on the line because they were against Taker and Kane.
Yeah,
because they were tag team.
So Austin had the WWE title, Triple H had the IC, and they were the tag champs.
And it was winner take all. It was at Backlash.
Yeah. Just some of the high spot moments. Some of the crazy moments. So jumping off of the side of the stage and doing a swanton bomb on Randy Orton. Obviously the ridiculous jumps and things he's done off ladders.
He's just a risk taker.
It's the unpredictability in what he brought to every match. Was you knew if you were watching a Jeff Hardy match, he was going to do something crazy, ridiculous that you're going to go, wow, how is he not dead?
Definitely.
And then there was the build to him eventually winning his first WWE title. So it was that thing where you thought he was never quite going to get there. He was always going to be the nearly guy, another one who probably should have won the belt but never would. And then he actually won it, and that was still rocking an old school Jeff Hardy t-shirt.
Okay,
moving on.
My second pick is going to be... See, I really liked Goldberg, but...
WCW Goldberg?
Yeah, in WCW. So when he went on a tear-up kind of thing, and these matches were like, less than like 2 minutes. Because
Spear, jackhammer, repeat, and that was it.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, I remember kind of, because obviously, like I said, WCW was the first kind of, the products that I first ever watched. And I was kind of like, oh my god, this guy's like, he's a beast. Like, he just smashes.
And he was actually, at the time, was a WCW made guy. He'd gone through their like power plant thing rather than just being a guy then poached from Vince McMahon and giving him a bigger paycheck.
Because I think he was homegrown rather than being pinched.
At the time, WCW's 90s roster was basically WWE's 80s roster. Nash, Hogan, Hall, Savage, Flair. So he had that.
Literally, it's just
factor.
They just got paid more kind of thing. But yeah,
Turner had the money, man.
He did. He just didn't give a fuck. And like.
You like the wrestling business.
Wrestling. But
WCW.
Yeah, it's just Goldberg kind of like, I think, it was just like he's just all power and he just fucked everyone over, and I liked it. But obviously at that time, because I was a kid, obviously now looking back at it, it's like the only reason those matches went the distance they did is because he wasn't a great wrestler. Because he had a match with William Regal on a Nitro, and like it went after a certain, it went longer than it should have, basically, and Goldberg got found out that he couldn't wrestle.
He had a very limited moveset. He was power moves, but there was no technique.
No, not at all.
I asked Bret Hart about technique, kicking him in the side of the head and nearly killing him.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that wasn't what Goldberg was about. He wasn't about technique. You didn't want to watch Goldberg have a nice technical finesse match. You wanted to see him go and beat the shit out of someone for 5 minutes basically, and then leave.
Yeah, basically.
Kind of like what Brock Lesnar does now. Yeah. When he takes people to Suplex City.
Mm. But yeah, so yeah, Goldberg's he's my second pick. Was it second? Yeah, it was second. Yeah.
So I've done Jericho, Hardy. You've gone Goldberg, Punk.
Mm.
Got to go HBK. Shawn Michaels got to be in there.
Without a doubt.
Some of the best matches that I've ever watched have Shawn Michaels in them.
Mm.
And he's probably not the greatest promo cutter in the world, but
his Hogan one was decent. Which
brother.
I watched that the other day and I was crying. He's so
See,
good.
I quite like that when Michaels had his little mini heel run there to set up him and Hogan at SummerSlam.
Yeah, he was some of the stuff like the promos. Like he was shooting for real. Like
because a lot of the stuff that they did during the original DX run, they weren't really promos and stuff. They were just rude and
it was just
abusive.
it was just them
and
fucking about.
Then in the second DX run, the PG era DX run, which was nowhere near as fun. It was very childish and juvenile stuff.
Like dropping shit down on people from like.
But just because of Shawn, it was holy shit.
Yep.
I always that's one line I always loved from Triple H. They're covered in it, and Triple H just gets on the microphone and shouts, "Holy shit!"
Yeah. And
everyone's like, "What did he say?" He's like, "Don't worry, just because it's Shawn, it's holy shit." But man. Just you got some of the iconic matches. So him and Razor in the ladder match at WrestleMania, first ever ladder match on a big WWE show, and no one had ever really seen ladder matches at that point. So two guys having to wrestle and use the ladder and make it look organic and part of the match, and they did it really well. And obviously his match with Taker, which was my number one of all time, WrestleMania 25.
Yeah, just unbelievable. It was just amazing.
I still hold out a tiny, tiny glimmer of hope that he will one day be convinced there's a match worthy of him coming back.
One more match.
Although he refereed that NXT match recently, and first time he's been seen about a cowboy hat in a while. God, he's horrendously bald now. He really needs to cut the ponytail off.
Yeah. He's trying to keep hold of it, bless him.
One more match on one more match.
Who would you like to see?
See, that's the thing, because it was there's a video I watched on Facebook this morning of Daniel Bryan doing a video on his YouTube thing with Brie Bella.
Okay.
And it was just a little clip. I haven't watched the whole video, so I just watched this little clip that was on the Facebook bit, and they were talking about dream matches. So Brie Bella said her dream match, I think it was her and Nikki against Trish and Lita.
Okay.
And Bryan said obviously his dream match would be him versus Shawn Michaels, as Michaels was the guy that trained him before he got in the ring. And so no, Shawn Michaels, he's definitely stayed retired. And Bryan drops the one line, he's like, "For me, I'm not retired. 2018. So now the whole internet's going apeshit that actually Daniel Bryan is going to wrestle next year.
Yeah, fucking
whether it'll be
that'd be
the thing is he's going to get a massive pop. He's going to get something wherever he goes, whether it's Ring of Honor, whether it's Japan, WWE. But I would love to see it in the WWE just because of the possibility with the guys that are there now. Some of the matches, AJ Styles, Shinsuke Nakamura. Then, that's just the kind of shut up and take my money matches that you will. Literally, I will hand over what you like. Just give me that match.
Yeah, my third.
Fuck off! As if one of them bullets in here.
This is raging. I think they're playing. I don't know what they're playing. It's either COD or Fortnite. Bless them. My third favourite wrestler of all time, in no particular order.
Yeah, we're not going for order. You said no rules.
No rules. There are no. The only one rule is there are no rules. Probably AJ Styles right now. AJ Styles and probably Kenny Omega. They're the top two best wrestlers in the world right now, in my opinion. Just because they could just go and they just steal the show all the time.
So AJ Styles spent most of his years in TNA, and some of the matches he had in TNA,
yeah.
Daniels and Joe, the feuds they had, and triple threat matches they had for the X Division title, were awesome. But they never got the exposure that they should have had because TNA didn't have that big fan base, didn't have the platform to put them out there. And
which is a shame.
It is a shame. But then, so what is it, 2 years or so AJ Styles been WWE now? It was the Rumble before last he debuted, wasn't it?
Yeah, right. So, it was the one where this Triple H won it. This January
will be his 2-year anniversary.
Yeah.
And some of the matches he's had in those 2 years have been awesome.
It was so good. And I'm glad he's kind of captured obviously the title off of Jinder. No disrespect to Jinder. Like, you actually done well with the belt. You done your job, mate. Like,
to be fair, no one gave Jinder Mahal a chance when he initially won the #1 contender thing and went into that match against Orton. Everyone was kind of, what's going on here?
Yeah, like, kind of thing.
But you know what? Fair play to the guy. He was given a chance. He took it and he ran with it.
Yeah, he did.
The whole thing with the Singh brothers, I kind of enjoyed because it gave him that heel heat straight away. That was actually, he wasn't the champion that could win on his own. He had to have help. He had to cheat.
Yeah.
And that's.
And he's
I felt a little bit bad for him that they took the belt off him, but at the same time, when you're looking at the Survivor Series card, would you rather have seen Jinder Mahal go to Suplex City for 10 minutes, or would you rather have seen the match we got between AJ and Lesnar, which was awesome?
That's the thing, because I don't think
it was the brutalness of Lesnar against the technical of AJ Styles.
But AJ didn't get kind of like bullied and brutalised.
No.
Kind of thing. Like, he made a match of it, and like
he
AJ
matched Lesnar's, Lesnar's animal to AJ Styles' skill, and it just worked.
Yeah, it was a very good match.
WWE made the right call, as it turns out.
Definitely. I'm kind of glad. Yeah, I'm kind of glad they done that. Because like I said, like Jinder Mahal, he was the heel champ, and he done his job because
he's come a long way
we hated him.
3MB. 3MB, baby.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say AJ Styles.
I really hope some point we do see Styles Nakamura in a WWE ring. They teased it a little while ago.
Money in the Bank, wasn't it?
Yeah, when they're both standing there and
that was good.
Carefully moved the ladder out of the way so they could have their face off.
Let's go, kind of thing. That was very, very good.
WrestleMania next year, maybe.
Hopefully.
They need to build Shinsuke there.
Yeah, they've booked Shinsuke so badly.
There were guys. You talk about like the curse of NXT and where Triple H's guys that he's nurtured in NXT come up to the main roster and get destroyed. Rest in peace, Ascension. We remember you guys well. Most dominant tag team in NXT history. Where are you? In the Fashion Files with Breezango.
Yeah.
But I quite enjoy the Fashion Files.
I like the Fashion Files. It is good.
That's a little guilty pleasure.
Yeah, it is very, very good.
But yeah, I mean, so Nakamura, Rude were in the main event Survivor Series. But why were they there?
They're only there to put over fucking.
I liked the little bit of the face off with Nakamura and Triple H. Triple H gets in the ring and Nakamura's just like, come on.
Yeah, that was it. That was very good. And then Bobby Roode, Bobby
Roode's always been compared to Triple H in recent times. He's like I won't say modern day because he's in his 40s anyway. It's taken him a long time to get to WWE, but he's had that comparison made.
I remember watching him in TNA with James Storm.
Beer money.
Sorry about your damn luck.
Beer money.
But,
They were good tag team.
Yeah, they were good. They were very good.
Okay, I'm gonna go. I don't particularly like the guy, but I'm gonna go Randy Orton. Just for I don't know. I feel he deserves to be in there. 11, 12 world titles.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I mean.
He's
lost my train of thought now.
Yeah. So Randy Orton, again, like Jericho, he can kind of do anything. So he can flip. He's that tweener. So he can be face.
He's a lot better as a heel.
Yeah. Oh, totally.
Because
as a heel, he's just
he can make you absolutely hate him as a heel.
Yeah.
He's okay as a face. Yeah. He'll get cheers, but I much prefer heel Randy Orton. He's got a lot more reign to. Like when you go around punting people in the head. Face Randy Orton can't do that. Heel Randy Orton can do it with an evil grin on his face, and I always quite like that about the character.
Definitely. That's the thing. He's like he's okay in the ring, but he's kind of like for me personally, he's kind of, I compare him to like he's just like John Cena. There's same set move over and over again. Kind of like it's boring now. I think that's where they're kind of. You got all the new younger guys coming in. I think it's time. In a couple of years' time, Cena and Orton have got to go. I think they've got to retire.
Well, you look back, you had Cena Orton feuding in 2008, 2009 for the title, and then you had that again a couple of years ago, in 2016, when they unified the world and the WWE title.
Yeah, because had that it was a TLC match, wasn't it?
Yeah. There was such a lack of people they could put in the main event. Triple H has stepped aside. He's the corporate Triple H now. And at that point they hadn't built anyone, so they had to go back to what they thought worked with Cena and Orton.
But that's the thing, it's like they're like, oh yeah, there's not a lot of like kind of main event guys anymore. It's like, yeah, that's because you haven't kind of given a chance to anyone else. And so you're always reverting back to the same old shit. And it's like, we don't want to see that. We want to see, like, prime example, Finn Balor's allegedly been pulled from the Royal Rumble main event in January against Lesnar for the title.
Because Vince McMahon doesn't particularly like Balor, doesn't see him as a draw.
But, like, you see the reaction he gets, and it's like from the fans, and it's like...
That's where I sometimes wonder how long it will be before someone asks Vince McMahon to step aside if he doesn't want to, until he eventually passes on.
Yep. But like, that's the thing, he's so out of touch. Like, you should know what your target audience is and what your fans want and who they like.
You just look at the product that NXT puts out, and the fact that where they now do the NXT takeovers before Rumble, Mania, SummerSlam and Survivor Series, the 4 main ones, the NXT takeover shows are always then putting the next night's WWE event on the back foot, because you're like, holy shit, that takeover show was awesome. Now WWE's got to match it, and that's the developmental territory. That's the guys that they consider aren't quite ready
for the main
to
event.
Be on the main event stage, and yeah, they're making the main eventers think, oh shit, we've got to follow that. So the last one, the War Games.
What a match that was.
The triple team War Games cage match. That was awesome. And straight away now you're thinking, okay, Survivor Series on tomorrow night, you got to top that. That's 9 guys that aren't quite ready to be Vince McMahon's boys yet, and yet they've just absolutely smashed it.
Yeah, that's the thing. But they say about the WWE, since kind of like the Monday Night Wars and all that, they're not in competition with anyone.
That they went a little bit stale because actually they didn't have to up their game because there was no one challenging them. TNA was about, but it wasn't a challenge. They didn't have the money. They didn't have the star power.
Exactly. I definitely think that New Japan and Ring of Honor are getting there in terms of being competition against WWE.
And that's Triple H recognises that, and that's why he keeps stealing all their guys.
Exactly.
So you look at 5 years ago, the WWE wouldn't have touched what they call an indie wrestler with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah, Kevin Owens, Adam Cole.
You got Kevin Owens, Universal Champion, main event in pay-per-views. You got Sami Zayn, bless him, he's trying. Maybe El Generico should make a return.
Yeah, I feel sorry for Sami Zayn. I was talking to Gary about this earlier, and kind of like, I like Sami Zayn.
I do like Sami Zayn. He's just another one who came up from NXT, didn't really have a purpose when he came up, and he kind of got lost in the shuffle. And now he's there, he floats around the mid-card, occasionally pops up, like he was in the ladder match at Mania when Owens dropped the IC, it was the one with Ryder on it, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And
unfortunately.
So he got his little WrestleMania moment, but he was never a main focal point.
Nah, yeah.
But yeah, so you got Owens, you got Zayn, you've got Nakamura, you've got Styles, you've got Samoa Joe, Daniel Bryan.
All these guys that were like...
They were
indie
no,
guys.
you can't come and work here. You're not a WWE guy. You're an indie guy. You don't know what it takes to be this kind of main event level. But now, where Triple H controls the whole developmental system in NXT, he sees the Ring of Honor guys, he sees the New Japan guys, and anyone that might be a threat to ooh, we better snap him up. Adam Cole and
Yeah.
his faction now.
Yep.
O'Reilly and Fish.
Mm.
It's a weird name for a wrestler, Bobby Fish.
It's pretty cool though. I think it's a cool name. But it is quite weird.
It makes me worry that if he went up to the main roster, what kind of merchandise Vince McMahon would sell for him. I'm just seeing a giant fish on a t-shirt and Vince McMahon sitting there thinking, that'll sell, damn it. Please don't do that, Vince.
His gimmick is
I beg of you.
His gimmick is like, oh yeah, he works in a like
It's
pet shop.
like when you were going to make Adrian Neville, Mighty Mouse.
Mm.
I'm so happy they didn't do that.
Mm.
I'm sad now Neville's decided he's not sure he wants to stay around. I enjoyed the King of the Cruiserweights thing. It was quite good.
I think Hill Neville was decent. Like, he was very good.
I don't think they got all they could have out of him and Aries though. I think that feud, had maybe Aries won the belt at some point, that feud would have had a bit more staying power with them going back and forward for the belt. Whereas Neville beating Aries 3 straight times, Aries getting pissed off and leaving.
They dropped the ball with Aries big time.
Well, yeah, the Cruiserweight title match made the WrestleMania pre-show when there's only like 10,000 people in an 80,000 seat stadium. No one really cared. No one was paying attention. They were prepping themselves for the main show, and it didn't even make the DVD. So Aries got pissed off and was like, you know what, screw this, I can go and make more money elsewhere. Just my name alone, I can turn up at a show. And Austin Aries on the billboard sells tickets.
Exactly.
We got really off topic from Randy Orton, didn't we?
Yeah,
Randy Orton. He's contributed a lot to the WWE. He's a multiple-time world champion, so I think he deserves to be in the top 5. Good job, Randy.
We love you, Randy.
We love you long time.
I'm gonna say Seth Rollins.
Okay.
I just.
It's a very modern choice.
I just like his style of wrestling, and like some of the matches he's had.
He kind of embodies what the WWE and what wrestling is now. So 15, 20 years ago it was all about guys like Bret Hart and the technical side of it. In the 90s it was all about guys like Stone Cold Steve Austin and the attitude. But yeah, Seth Rollins kind of is now what the modern WWE is all about.
Kind of like I remember like his cash-in at Mania. I remember watching that live, and I was just like, no way. And like it was just so good. And like when he won the title, at that time, there wasn't a lot of kind of like big stars.
He was the first one in a while where they'd actually built a guy that you wouldn't necessarily have expected. And
he kind of did kind of carry the company for a while. Whereas kind of, because there was a plague of injuries around that time and stuff like that, and it was just unfortunate that it
that was the start of when they were trying to, because obviously the Shield had disbanded, Seth had turned on the Shield, and Vince McMahon for whatever reason got a boner for Roman Reigns. Sorry if boner can't be said on YouTube.
No, that's good.
And Roman Reigns was the guy he wanted to try and push, because that main event was Lesnar Reigns, wasn't it, for the belt?
It was, yeah.
And thank God they realised that Reigns is not ready yet. He's still not now. And put the Rollins cashing in there.
Yeah.
And that
was so good.
That helped build to it, is the fact that you didn't want Reigns to win. You weren't particularly fussed on Lesnar to win, because you knew if he did, he'd disappear for another 6 months with a belt. 4 matches this year, man. Come on, we're in November. I'm just saying.
His last one was good, though.
It was good.
It was very good.
It was worth the 3-month wait since the last one.
Brock, if you watch this, I'm really sorry. Please don't kill us.
I will be honest with you, I would not survive a trip to Suplex City. I've got back and neck problems. I have no beef with you, Brock. Don't send Paul Heyman after me either.
I'd say Seth Rollins kind of like, you see his style of kind of wrestling as well, and I just kind of.
Do you prefer him as a heel or a face though? So obviously before the knee injury, he was a heel.
I prefer him as a heel.
He came back as a face. It's the same kind of thing. Anyone who gets injured, regardless of what they were before you always get that kind of face reaction when they come back. Because we haven't seen this guy.
Because he attacked Reigns at the end of a pay-per-view, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
And he just come running down a ramp, and everyone lost their shit.
And again, that was probably a big part of the fact to do with the guy that he was aiming at was Roman Reigns.
Of course, yeah.
If you ever want anyone to get over, just put them in a ring with Roman Reigns and let them dominate, and the fans will love you forever. I could get over being like Roman Reigns.
Oh, definitely. You'd be like Sami Zayn's brother.
Yeah, I could, but I'm not as ginger as Ryan. So.
Yeah, that's true.
Sorry, Ryan.
Ryan looks like Sami Zayn.
He is. My phone is ringing and it's someone. It's a Sunderland phone number. I don't know anyone in Sunderland, so I'm going to reject that call because I am obviously busy at the moment.
Seth Rollins is my pick. So you're.
So what are we up to now? Is
I
that
think
3 each?
that's
So I'm on to my fourth one.
You're on your fifth.
Am I? So I've
so
done Jericho, Hardy, HBK, Orton. Yeah, I'm on my fifth. I suppose I've got to go the game. Got to go Triple H. The boss man. Now he's
the boss.
The COO. He's had so many nicknames.
Yes.
Cerebral Assassin, the game.
King of Kings.
Stephanie McMahon's husband. He's got a lot of names. But he came up towards main event in the early years of when I was watching wrestling, and he's kind of been like the mainstay right the way through to.
He's been constant, hasn't he?
Yeah.
In WWE.
A lot of people always argue that he was where he was because of the fact that he was dating, engaged, married, whatever, Stephanie McMahon, and that company, that family connection always kept him where he was.
Mm.
But actually, I think he probably would have got there regardless of that.
Mm. He's very dedicated to the business.
So
and he has that passion, and he actually cares, kind of thing.
Because he completely evolved his character. So he was the snob who used to do the silly little bow thing, and he had his hair in a plait. And when he started the original run of DX with Shawn Michaels, and he got to be a little bit more loud and leery.
Yeah,
and
just edgier. Kind of.
And you had the whole bit where Shawn Michaels suffered the back injury and he was out. So
and he was like, "Shit, what do I do?"
Triple H was like, "Okay, you're gonna have to do this now," and they set up the new DX. That gave him a chance to push himself to the front rather than being the guy standing behind Shawn Michaels.
Yep.
And he took it and he absolutely went with it.
Totally. He done well with it. And it kind of elevated, X-Pac, Road Dogg, Billy Gunn.
And you think back to like the early 2000s, is the majority of some of the greatest pay-per-view matches of that time had Triple H in them.
Mm.
So you had his matches with Cactus Jack.
Yep.
They had one at the Rumble and then they had one the following month.
No
Way
Out.
2000.
Yeah, No Way Out. It had the Hell in a Cell match.
Street Fighting and the Hell in a Cell.
Yep. And that's the thing, like, so those two matches, like, so leading up to that, when he won his first belt, like the heavyweight, like the WWE belt, like he was a very kind of like the heel guy. He was like kind of like Jinder Mahal. He had these little lackeys, always got his back. So when that feud with Mick Foley and obviously his metamorphosis of Cactus Jack and stuff like that was when he proved to everyone and the fans that actually he could get the job done on his own kind of thing.
When he won his first,
because he needed to toughen up like big time.
There were guys that had no faith in it at the time. So his first belt he won from Foley on the Raw the night after SummerSlam 98 or 99. 99. Because Steve Austin did not want to drop the belt to Triple H at that SummerSlam. So Austin was having neck problems at the time, which he eventually got run over at Survivor Series and went for a year. But there was a lot of stuff that was said at the time that Stone Cold was adamant Triple H was not a main event guy and he would not at all drop the belt to him. So they put Foley into the match.
Yep.
Austin was happy to drop the belt to Foley. And then Triple H would beat Foley the next night to win his first belt. So from the offset, there was a lot of guys that were doubting him that could he be the guy to carry the company. And he absolutely proved he could.
Obviously, like I remember that kind of when he blew his quad, that tag team match against
Jericho and Benoit.
Yeah, on Raw.
He's planted that you could see his leg just go.
Oh, mate.
And he let Jericho put Walls of Jericho on him.
That's the thing. That's that he cares about the business. That's the thing. So he's fucking.
He could have quite easily rolled out to the floor and let Austin let that match peter out and let Jericho, Benoit, and Austin do a finish.
Yeah.
but he stayed with the match till the end.
Yeah.
And the guy's quads rolled up his leg and all torn up.
Yeah, and
because Jericho, it was that spot in the match that needed to be, they'd obviously pre-agreed to do. He still didn't do it.
That's the dedication, right? Do you know what I mean? And he must have been in agony. And yeah, so obviously when he returned, 2002 January, just before the Rumble, like the pop he got
when the Motorhead music hit, it was time to play the game.
Yeah, it was very good. My final pick. This is tough. This is very tough. It's very tough.
You got obvious ones. You got Flair.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't really want to
Hogan.
go for one of those. That's the thing. Hogan was so overrated. I think
he was a big boot and a leg drop.
Yeah.
And a couple of catchphrases.
And it was all the colour and the kind of like, you know.
Then again, The Rock had a pretty limited moveset as well, and yet he was all the character.
He was very athletic though. I think that's what kind of helped him.
When you think about it, his run wasn't really that long. He
Nah.
debuted in '96 as Rocky Maivia.
Got booed.
By 2001, he was pretty much gone and started making films. I think he did the Scorpion King one first, or the Mummy. It was the Mummy. He played the Scorpion King, then he got his own film.
Then he came back.
Because he missed the Invasion, didn't he? Which was 2001. He was suspended by Vince. You had the Austin Rock match at Mania, where Austin turned heel and aligned himself with Vince. They bashed the shit out of The Rock with a chair, and then the next night on Raw, Vince announced that The Rock had been indefinitely suspended while he went away and filmed Scorpion King.
Didn't have the thing, the Raw after that didn't have it was a cage match.
I think it was something like that,
And I think after, because Triple H, that was when the formation of Triple H.
The power trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I think that's when Vince was like, Rock's suspended or blah blah blah.
Yeah. So he only had like
He
5
didn't
or 6
have
years
on top kind of thing.
He got a lot of time. He got a lot in that time. You think about all the stuff he did and how popular he became.
Yeah.
Guys like Shawn Michaels who had 20, 25-year careers, and he had 6 or 7 tops, and then sporadic little appearances in between films.
It's mad, isn't it?
Now he is Dwayne Johnson.
Dwayne Johnson.
The artist formerly known as The Rock.
My last pick, I'm going to say Kurt Angle.
Okay. Good shout.
Because, I mean, I'm not a huge fan of... I say a huge fan, I mean, I am, but like, kind of my preference is not like technical wrestling. Like, I'm not like kind of a massive like Scott loves the technical side of wrestling, whereas I'm kind of more like, just...
Yeah, I can appreciate it, so... Like, I still like... It didn't make it into my top 3, but I like the Bret Hart Shawn Michaels Iron Man match in WrestleMania 12.
Yeah.
And that was a technically told story.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'm more of like cheap,
I like
cheap,
the
cheap
edginess
pops and shit
high
like
spots
that.
and crazy moments.
Yeah.
Kurt Angle's had a few of them. There's been a lot of moonsaults off of cages.
Yeah,
He didn't
and
do
like-
bad for a guy that come out of the Olympics.
But yeah, I think Kurt Angle definitely like, and obviously rightfully so he's in the Hall of Fame now. But some of the matches he had was just amazing, even in TNA. Like,
Kurt Angle, Shawn Michaels, WrestleMania 21, I think.
Yes.
It was 21 or 22. It was around that time.
21 it was.
Yeah. That was a great match. I love that match.
Yeah. Very good.
He beat Mr. WrestleMania at WrestleMania.
Because there's a thing like, like I said, he's technical, but like he can if he needs to go hardcore. Like King of the Ring and Shane McMahon, like that hardcore match was just it was just amazing.
The suplex through the glass. Failed the first time, picked him up and did it again this time, make sure he threw him harder.
It's because he weren't.
That was good.
It wasn't prepped for it, was it?
No.
They forgot to make it like.
Shane McMahon just hits it, bounces, and then just goes donk. You
Right,
hear the
right,
thud
yeah,
of his head hit
right
the
in his
floor.
head.
And Angle's just like, no, we're doing this. Pick him up, do it again.
But that's the thing, like Kurt Angle, like we said to Shane, like we need to stop, kind of thing. And Shane McMahon was like, "Nah, you're lobbing me through this," kind of thing.
He's a crazy son of a bitch.
Yeah. But yeah, that's just amazing. And like, kind of,
Kurt Angle's reaction when he debuted in TNA. So he released or whatever, he left the WWE, he'd been away from wrestling for a few months. and he had that big debut with Samoa Joe. Joe's in the ring, and Angle comes down. He's got the Olympic mouth guard and everything in. He just has the stare down with Joe, and then boom, just gives him the headbutt. And they went into the mass brawl from that. And that was brilliant. He didn't have to come out and cut a promo. He didn't have to slate the WWE. He didn't have to do anything. Just come out, intensity, give him a stare and a headbutt.
That's the thing.
And that was.
He was just.
It was a TNA one, so it was a lesser known, but it was a great debut.
Definitely. There we have it, guys. Those are our picks. Thank you for watching. I hope you liked the video. Please like, share, and subscribe. All that jazz. And we shall see you very, very soon.
Peace.
Bye. Did you like that video? Why am I talking like that? Please check out the rest of my previous videos. Anyway, here's all my social media jazz. Just here. So please check that out. Bye.